I'm working on revising some older models in various wiki pages. And this one was about initially started out as a reinforcing loop, as an example of a reinforcing or balancing structure relating to the relationships and the implications between a business and its customers. If we start out with a business that creates value, which in fact attracts customers, which adds to demand, which causes the business to grow. And this should in fact be a virtuous reinforcing cycle where the business continues to figure out how to create greater value, therefore creating more customers, creating more demand, causing the business to grow. As Theodore Levitt said, the purpose of a business is to create and keep a customer. There are two parts to that. One is to create and the other is to keep. Though what happens is that the business becomes so enamored with being successful that it decides that maybe there are some things that it can in fact do to promote its own success, so that it undertakes actions which in the short term create another reinforcing cycle, such as if it reduces the amount of money it spends on R&D or the amount of money it spends on ongoing maintenance and upkeep of its facilities. All of those expenses that it doesn't spend fall directly to the bottom line, and it looks like it's improving the profit of the business. What it seldom realizes that in the longer term, that activity actually tends to reduce the value that it's creating for its customers. And at the same time that that's happening, though maybe not specifically as a result of that initially, but customers tend to become comfortable with the level of value that they're receiving, and over time continue to sort of feel like they're paying too much for what they're getting, and they in fact search for lower priced suppliers for the same products, so that they create demand for a lower priced supplier which provides value to the same set of customers. And the customers, because of the lower price, probably figure that they're receiving the same level of value that they were previously getting from some other business. Though what this does in the short term is it in fact provides the customer with a perspective that they are receiving more value for their dollar. In the longer term, what happens is that demand placed on the lower cost supplier actually reduces the demand on the other business. And what happens in the overall structure is that without anyone realizing it, there's actually a vicious reinforcing structure created where customers create demand for lower cost suppliers, which reduces the demand to this business, which tends to reduce the success it produces based upon its own efforts, which subtracts from the value provided to customers, which reduces its ability to create and keep customers, and therefore it leads to a decline overall. And where this started out as an example of a balancing loop or reinforcing structure, what it actually turned out to be is an accidental adversary systems archetype, where two individuals or groups which in fact could exist in a very synergistic relationship end up taking actions which in fact preclude or demote the success of others, and therefore end up being adversaries to each other. Now, the only way out of the structure is for business to realize what it's doing and get its act together and begin to create value for customers, so that it can, as Levitt said, create and keep a customer. So just a set of thoughts on business and its customers. Hope you found this informative. Bye.